4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to beautiful Great Falls, Montana for the third week of the Montana Armbender League. We are here with the Garage Wars and we are streaming live from the Gear Grabbers Garage. Remember folks, hit the subscribe button, leave a command in our live chat tonight. I'm FBI Tugboat, the voice of the Montana Armbender League, and I'm here tonight with both Kevin, that's Playboy Rosie, and Weston Tepper, the voice showing off. I love it. Fellas, how we doing?
Playboy Roy, baby, I'm buff. I've certainly got the stuff, and the fans, they just can't get enough. I'm here with my man Weston. It's great to have you here, brother.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Looking forward to the action this evening.
Yes, absolutely, folks. We got another quartet of some fantastic super matches coming up here on the day, but first, Kevin and I are going to talk to you a little bit about exactly what happened last week. Now, we started off with a couple of 3-0 sweeps. That was Dion the Wilsonator, right? Face painter, not Kevin, getting it done against Tate Swanson. That's Tater Todd. Another 3-0 sweep, the big dogs, the big guys. That was Travis Rogers, or Big Country, taking on Jordan Shortman. That's Big Quince. Both of those, that is a 3-0 sweep as well, Kevin.
Yeah, and, you know, it was surprising to see Dion come out as strong as he did. I know he had it in him, and he certainly brought it last week. As far as Big Country went, I'm not surprised with that match, you know, 3 out. But, hey, this week, I think we're going to be seeing some closer matches, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That right? Yeah.
Absolutely. It's going to be awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Third match last week, that was Morgan Emmett, the Stallion, taking on... That was, a little somebody named Weston Teppo right there. Weston Teppo taking on a 3-0 victory right there. Now that last matchup, Kevin, like I said, first three were 3-0 sweeps. The last matchup, that best of 5 went all the way to the distance.
It sure did. You know, it was a classic match of a hooker and a top roller. Both guys showed immense strength, but our guy Weston came out on top, and just goes to show you the hook is where it's at, folks. Forget about that top roll crap.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Alexander Grote and Hunter Broughton going down in the last right there. They had to go to straps a couple of times, but it was just exchanging points all the way through right there. An electrifying matchup for our last super match of last week. That's enough for the past. Let's talk about the future, and by future, I mean near future. We are looking at here on the day, again, another quartet of super matches starting off here, 205 pounds, right-handed super matches all day today, folks. Jacob Covert and Luke Cummings coming in here for the first super match of the day. Gentlemen, talk to me about these two a little bit.
Good start up for the first match. You know, two good guys, jacked. I know Jacob personally. It's going to be a good match. Looking forward to this one being the first match.
Luke is a little bit of an unknown arm wrestler. We haven't seen him pull yet, but we're excited to see what he brings to the table this evening.
Absolutely, absolutely. And folks, your eyes do not deceive you. Our first ladies super match, 165 pounds between Sierra Covert and Peyton Pickering. Absolutely love it. Second super match here, guys.
I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to these two battle it out here. The intensity level is certainly going to be the same as the guys, if not more so.
Yeah, this is a battle of the nations. We have USA represented by Sierra and then Peyton representing Canada. It's bound to be a good match this evening.
Well, absolutely, absolutely. Keeping the third match for some of the big dogs here. Thought we established that last week, Big Country and Big Quince. No, Steve Legreid and Clint Willis, 245 pounds plus. That number could be a little bit higher, gentlemen.
Absolutely, both guys above 6'6", as far as I know. Gonna be a couple of bad Vikings going at it here today.
Oh man, I can't wait.
The facial hair to boot right there, but keeping some of the best for the last right here. 245 pounds between Lewis Horvath and Chuck Young. Guys, look at the face there on Lewis Horvath.
You want to talk about intensity with these two? The main event is certainly going to be that for us today.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Between these two.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, let's get on into it, though. Let's get on into this one. We're here for some fantastic arm wrestling matches. We're also here for a little bit of cash on the table. $100 of Benjamin Franklin sitting right next to our under camera of the Montana Armbender League. I challenge y'all to see that camera, a facet of other competitions. This will be a best of 5, and starting off here, Jacob Covert. Coming on out of here, Billings, Montana. The man is an underground miner. He has been farther underground than some of you have been away from home. Insane stuff, people.
I worked with Jake for about 6 months underground mining, and I tell you what, I thought I was in shape, Playboy Roy, but this guy, he's a bad dude, underground miner.
Absolutely, absolutely. Moving on to the next. Taking on, this is Luke Cummings. He's saying it's going down right here. This is Cool Hand Luke, sticking those hands in a little bit of powder here, folks.
Absolutely. He's a peace officer. Yeah. Okay, his favorite move's the press. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got for Jake here.
Luke is bringing the intensity, it looks like, this evening. I am ready to see the ready, set, go, and see who takes the first round.
Oh, absolutely. Folks, staring at the numbers right here, you really don't see much of a difference. Now, 18 pounds in weight, a little bit there, the forearm circumference. Weston, talk to me a little bit about these numbers and the differences therein.
You know, the biggest one that stands out to me is Jacob's forearm circumference. I think he may have the stronger wrist and forearm, but Luke may be bringing the speed. We'll see here in a moment.
Especially with that press.
Yeah, I cannot agree more on there. This Luke, Cool Hand Luke, loving that pronation lift, but let's get it going here. Big shout out, Luke Cody, our referee for the day, making sure that these gentlemen start off as neutral a situation as is possible. Now, of course, folks, somebody let's go. We will be going to strap right here. Luke Cody giving the indication. We got to move a little bit closer to the middle. But I got to say, this off the rip might look like Jacob a little bit of a closer inside hold.
Ready, go!
Maybe a better positioning, and
there
that's gonna put into it early round one win here for Jacob Covert.
Impressive round from Jake. He looked to have a really good setup high, and was able to take let's see with the replay here, he was able to take all of that containment away from Luke here, and there it goes. Yep.
You know, Tugboat, we were looking at the stats there, and I would say that is where the wrist and forearm is coming into play, where looks like Jake is going to have the upper hand in the next couple rounds. Let's see if Luke can make some adjustments and maybe change the course of this match.
He looks a little flustered there, understandable so.
Yeah, no, it makes 100% sense. Started off with a whole lot of pressure and then just kind of set up the execution, then off with his head. Switching sides, hopefully, if you're Cool Hand Luke, switching results as well. Our under camera, absolutely love it. Luke Cody keeping the gentleman honest down there. Looking forward and making sure these are in and close. And then once again, round one looking exactly like round number 2.
The crowd excited. Jake looking confident and mean.
I would like to see Luke maybe try and slip or switch things up here a little bit, but I don't know. Looks like Jake's hand is just dominant. I don't know if there's really any way around that.
Luke just needs to get a little bit of better of a setup here. Let's see from a couple different angles, perhaps. But yeah, you see here, Jake's just setting up real high, just really quick. Let's see that press from Luke.
Yeah, so once again, Jacob Covert kind of ploys in an advantageous starting position. They're neutral within the hands, but I think it's just that inside curl, the angle with which he is holding himself, and that forearm right there is ployed 2 points thus far. This best of 5 matchup quickly boils down to a match point type situation. Jacob Covert takes another one down. This will be a 3-0 victory for him. Cool Hand Luke is able to maintain his cool all the way through, bring this back with a point. We'll have maybe a longer match on our hands here, folks. Under camera, taking a look at both of these. It looks like Cool Hand Luke is solved this position just a little bit more. Now that's still more of a little bit of a stray angle and trying to fix this one up.
There
There
it goes.
we go.
And it does look like Cool Hand Luke has learned a lesson about at least letting it slip. We're going to be going to the straps, folks.
He's waking up a little bit, and it's about time. It's not over till it's over. Don't get too comfortable. Let's see here.
Hold on, guys.
I would love to see
that
Luke
was just an attempted snatch there from Jacob, right?
Yeah, and I'd like to see Luke maybe throw his shoulder in and get that supination set and just go for the press. Try something different. He's got last round here. If he doesn't get it done, then Jake is going to take the victory. So let's see what he does.
Again,
Jab's coming around. Go
that
ahead, Kevin,
buckle on. No, you're fine. Tugboat. The buckle that the hand is on of the guy, the opponent, is definitely a disadvantage. So
correct me if I'm wrong. This is going to be on Luke Cummings' hand on the Cool Hand Luke side. Is that correct?
that's correct. Yeah.
Mild disadvantage to a man
Just
who's
a
down
little.
2-0. Face of adversity. What do you do? Time to shine. Hopefully here for Cool Hand Luke. 1 point away. And no strap capability now here for Jacob. Or no further strap capability, excuse me, here for Jacob Covert.
Yeah.
He takes this one. It'll be a 3-0 run.
Jake.
Shout out Luke Cody there in the back, keeping the gentleman honest.
Great setup.
Little here, Jake.
Here we go.
Ready, go.
Once again, an inside angle, though. It is just a little bit
Come
more
back.
unfortunate face of disappointment here for Cool Hand Luke. He knew once this one had started, a little bit of pressure, and that's going to be enough. Jacob Covert, your round
Good job, guys.
1 winner of the Week 3 Montana Armbender League. Some fantastic stuff, folks. Check out the replays here in just a second before we get boots on the ground and kind of talk about this one a little bit. Weston, you with me?
I'm with you. If you look at this match, you can see that
Yep.
Jake had the high knuckle.
Weston, break that one down a little bit for me, bud.
Yeah, so you see that top knuckle of Jake's? He just had the dominant hand position there, and when they said go, it was already over before it started. Definitely a battle of the hands there, and Jake took it.
Absolutely. Now kicking it down to Kevin as Playboy Roy with a little interview action on the ground.
I'm here with my man, Jake Covert. Buddy, it's great to see you win. You look really strong. Good setup, man. What's going through your head right now?
I feel good, man. Luke, I appreciate you driving all the way down last minute, dude. Good job. I feel real good, man. I took time off to just pull this match. I feel awesome.
That's awesome, brother. You going to have any tournaments coming up? Anybody else you'd like to face yet?
I got Big Sky State Games, State Championship. We got the Armageddon coming up middle of August 17th. Got a match there, hopefully. I want to call out I'm looking at the AERS state rankings. I'm looking at the 198 class, and any of you guys that are ranked above me, I'm coming for you.
That sounds like a challenge, Jake. All right, brother. Do you know anything about your opponent come Armageddon?
A little bit. He's taller than me. He's half my age.
That don't matter.
Heavier than me.
Brother, top roll. Your setup looked amazing. What did that feel like? How was his hand? Everything? What do you think he could have changed to do anything different?
He needs to work on his riser a little bit, I thought. He dumped it just right at the end, which gave me the top roll. Yep. I thought about hooking him, but when he dumped his riser, I just went with it.
All right. Jake, you looked great, man. Congratulations. It's good to see you. And we'll be back again just after this break.
Sports Bar and Casino. Great drinks, Mexican food, full sports package, and kids' games. Have a drink on their great patio this summer. Big thanks to MRTE. They're always hiring and are looking for drivers right now. That's MRTEINC.com for more details.
Hello and welcome back, folks. Short break it was indeed. We keep our promises here at the Montana Armbender League. Match numero dos, that's number 2, folks. Money on the table, and these pullers coming out in short order. We had a quick 3-0 to start this one off. Let's see Sierra Covert coming out of Billings, Montana. Been arm wrestling for a little bit more than a year, just under a year, excuse me. Interesting fact, she's a twin. She's a twin here, gentlemen.
Oh, man, she's a rehab tech. So, hey, you know she's right on top of her game. Anything hurts, she knows right where it's at.
Maybe she can offer her services to Peyton if things go south for her. We'll see.
There you go.
Yeah, the recovery period may be a little bit easier for her here. Like you said, things go south. Peyton, Pickering, coming on out. Zelda, Saskatchewan, Canada. We got an international competitor here. A student has been arm wrestling for just about 2 years, gentlemen.
Went to Moldova for the WAF World Championships. She is no joke. USA versus Canada here.
International competition, like you said. Folks, a little bit of a numerical difference here as well. Elbow to fingertip, no real difference there when we're talking about 5 inches difference in the height, about 35 pounds of weight. Weston, hit me with the opinion.
You know, I would have to say the edge is going to go to Peyton, but size doesn't always matter when you get on the table, so let's see what happens. Maybe Sierra will be a little bit stronger where it matters.
She beats grown men. I've arm wrestled her before. She is tough.
Absolutely.
One will go quietly into the night here at Montana Armbender League week number 3. Neutral situations trying to be attempted, and I love how these ladies are continuously, like, one of them doesn't have it. Hey, let's go back to a true neutral situation. I'll try and find my advantage. Same situation. Luke Cody down there, keeping his ladies honest. This neutral situation comes in. Coming in, trying to slip out. Is Peyton Pickering. This is actually fantastic defense, gentlemen.
Folks, this could be the match of the day. I'm loving this already. Oh, man.
You know, Kevin, you mentioned the Armageddon event coming up August 17th. Looks like we're getting a little sneak peek of what might happen on that night.
Absolutely.
And it's looking good for the good old USA. So, Canada, if you're watching, take notes.
You know, Peyton could just be feeling Sierra out here, but her hand was taken right off the bat. I'm going to the straps. Let's see here.
So a wise decision on the defensive side of this. Go to the straps. It's how many of these competitions have been determined thus far here, Kevin. We'll see if Peyton Pickering was able to figure out, get the information that she was trying to seek in that first pull right there before she was forced to let it go.
Yeah, and the strap here goes down to the strongest man, in my opinion. None of that. The hand play is kind of taken out. You know, obviously still some technique involved. But here we go.
The strongest.
Little wrist here.
What?
Strongest puller.
There, a little more.
There it is, my man. No points
Ready,
in
go.
round number 1 here as we go to the straps. And
Great stuff.
We got a match, folks.
Working it, and goes down. There you go. The American Sierra Covert going to bring down the first point right here after a lot of back and forth.
Wow.
1-0. Sierra.
What a first round. You know, if we go back to the replay, if you see the hand positioning of Sierra, looks like she had a great start. Good defense there. Looks like she's working, getting her shoulder in it, staying tight to her body. And then looks like she transitions there to a press, straight to the pad. Great first round.
Absolutely. Both, you know, I really can't critique either puller there, you know. Great setup on each puller here. Sierra really locking in everything in, like you said, Weston, staying real tight. It's real crucial. Don't open up.
And for those,
it seemed like an angle being ployed there at the end was just going to be enough for Sierra to take down round number 1 post strap. We'll see how Peyton is able to strike back at this one. Or Sierra takes down a second point in a row. Trying to shake the hand right there, get that blood dispersed, that lactic acid buildup broken. I think these ladies are fighting over initial neutral starting position even more than the guys are, guys.
I like to see this, too, you know. Too often you see guys just, I'll go with that. Maybe I'll muscle them back over. No. Get what you want and fight for every bit of it. Be feisty. There we go.
There we go. Hey, both these ladies leaning like all the way in. Excuse me, I gotta get my hands in here, guys. You know? Hey, Luke Cody's gonna have to pull those fingers back quick or he might lose one.
You got that right.
Wrist. A little more. A
Oh,
little more. Right here. A little more.
Tell him exactly where he
Ready,
needs
go.
the wrist to be turned. Off we go. Trying to get this one up. That's a bad angle on the hand, and that's going to be Peyton Pickering going to the straps for the second time. A wise defensive decision for the second time in a row, guys.
I'm not sure we're going to the straps, actually,
We're not
are
going
we?
to straps. Restart.
No straps, restart.
No straps restarting.
Foul.
Excuse me. This
Yep.
is a little bit low for a formal strap situation.
Yeah, I believe that was a hard foul, so that therefore it restarts the round, yeah. And you see Sierra's
Little bit this
elbow
way.
come off just a
Little
tad
bit this
there,
way.
enough to restart
Wrist
it.
here. Wrist here.
Gotcha.
A little
So
more.
foul going for our second
Ready, go.
point pull. There we go. Off to the races.
Oh,
Worked it in there.
1-1.
That's going to be Peyton Pickering taking a point and evening this best-of-5 matchup.
you know, one thing they got to keep in mind, or Sierra's got to keep in mind here too, is Peyton's leaning over the table quite a bit, maybe pull back.
Yeah.
I don't know how her top roll is. But inside right there, Peyton was able to get in, take that pronation away from Sierra, and take the match, or take the round, rather.
You know, I wonder, Kevin, if it would be in Sierra's best interest to maybe try and just slip and get to that strap.
Yeah, you can see her elbow come up quite a bit there.
Even barring a point, I think the disconnect from the pad would have been enough. Hard foul and point therein. As it is 1-1 between these two ladies. Once again, our first female Montana Armbender League super match.
All right, girls. 1-1.
A mega lean from Peyton Pickering here has yielded an advantage in the first one. Looks like she's setting up in middle plus of this table. No man's land, no woman's land here. The term doesn't mean anything to Peyton Pickering.
Yeah, Peyton, neither one of them giving each other anything here in this setup.
Well, they are not.
This way,
They
just
are
a little
not.
bit.
Same advice, Luke Cody. Pull those fingers back quick.
Wrist. Wrist.
That is
Sierra,
a great stance from both
Ready,
of these.
go.
Just one of them, as you can see, folks. Sierra like a little bit cocked
Elbow.
inside, and that's
Elbow.
going to be, once again, Peyton Pickering pulling that one into the second point in a row, correct? Yes, it is. Second point in a row, clear cut right there.
So I believe we had another hard foul. Is that correct?
It looks like it's
One
going to the
foul over
restart.
here.
I'm seeing a little bit of
Okay.
frustration on Sierra's face. Let's see if she can make some adjustments. Maybe get her shoulder a little bit more committed
This
in
way.
there and get a little bit more real estate there on Peyton's
Wrist.
arm.
Sierra. A little more. A little more.
The super lean and
One more.
perhaps the height advantage coming in here. Of course,
Ready,
we
go.
use the same height table for everybody, and that's a little bit more of a
2-1.
clear-cut situation for Peyton Pickering.
Yeah.
No foul necessary there for Sierra Covert.
And there's that press that, she's so good at, and, applied right there on Sierra's bicep. I think Sierra's hand might be a little blown up here. Let's take a look at that replay.
You know, Kevin, one thing I noticed, too, is that Peyton did a little better job of getting committed there, a little bit closer to her hand, and seems to give her the edge as she's pulling through Sierra's arm.
Yep. I think Sierra needs to shoot right in after her thumb. Cup her back in.
One thing's for certain that there's fireworks going on right now
Oh,
between
yeah.
these two ladies. What a match.
We finally found what looks to be a decent one here. Again, height advantage flowing a little bit off the initial starting
A
line.
little bit of wrist here.
Move
more.
to the middle.
Little more. Little more. Ready, go.
And off we go. Back and forth.
She needs to get behind her
Trying to keep the
arm.
elbow on the pad right here and working it down. Not quite touching
Oh,
it.
man.
Effort. Peyton Pickering taking this one down in 3-1 fashion.
3-1.
Fantastic stuff right there, guys. She's like looking all the way around. She's like, hey, where's my money come from? Where's my money come from, Weston?
Looks like she found it. What a great match. Peyton made some adjustments there in the last few rounds. And, I would say maybe the size there definitely was an advantage. And, she did what she needed to get the victory this evening.
Yeah, I really feel like that height really came through, had an advantage. Now the man with the plan, that's Playboy Roy, kicking it interview style.
Peyton, that was an impressive win. What's going through your mind right now?
Not much. I mean, upcoming a match and beforehand, I kind of go blank a little bit. I'm shaking now. The adrenaline's hitting me. I'm really happy that I won, but it hasn't hit me yet, I don't think.
No, I hear that definitely. Maybe tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, bro.
Did Sierra surprise you at all? Like, I noticed the first couple rounds, you maybe kind of felt it up. You looked confident. And I guess I expected to see that from you, you know, to look so confident.
She definitely surprised me, finding out that she's been in the sport, maybe a year at this point, and there being a significant size difference. She came at me with a lot. She's super strong, and she obviously needs to keep it up. She's going to be a huge name in the sport one day, I hope. And I hope to arm wrestle her again at some point. It was a really fun match. It's not usually I don't get matched up like that. So, yeah, definitely a very fun match.
It's great to see. I think that's going to be one of the matches of the day, personally. Anybody else you'd like to poll you have in mind? I like to ask everybody this. You never know.
My parents are the ones that know most people's names. I don't pay much attention to that. There's this one chick who is smaller than me. Her name's Ursula Askey out in Canada. I've just never been able to arm wrestle her yet. I'm hoping one day that'll happen. I just want to know what she's like at a table. She's super strong. She's super good in her class. And definitely someone I'd like to meet.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Peyton. It's good to see you, Paul. Take care. Folks, we'll be back in just a second.
Biggest supporters of the Montana Armbender, so tow with Bensky Towing and Recovery and their sister company, Westgate Repair, for all of your vehicle needs. Broke down and need a tow? Call Bensky Towing and Recovery to come and grab you and your vehicle. Located in Great Falls and with over 30 years experience, they have the equipment and the know-how to tackle even the biggest jobs. Their sister company, Westgate Repair, can get you back on the road in no time. So tow with the pros. Call Bensky Towing and Recovery and Westgate Repair, 406-452-5399.
And we are back, and we are live. Third super match of the night. Coming on in here now. Money on the table. You know how we do it here at the Montana Armbender League.
Yeah, buddy.
Ben Franklin just hanging out, flirting with the underground cam. Let's take a look now at Steve Legreid coming on out. Another Montanan here. Only been wrestling a little bit less than 1 year. With a frame like that, I'd be surprised.
Man, he's a biggin. Management. He's gonna manage what's going on today in this match. Look at this guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Says, what, 148-pound max table curl. Crazy stuff. Can't do the pistol squat. You can do that pistol squat one-legged, folks. Taking a look now at Clint Willis. The man of the plan right here. That's the game. Another Montanan coming on out of Laurel, Montana. And we got a little underground minor action.
Another minor in the house. I know him as Tiny, but hey, it's time to play the game.
I love that. Now, Clint Willis right here, played a whole lot of football as well, but talk about that a little bit later. Let's take a look at the numbers. My goodness, 6'6" on 6'7".
Yeah, big dudes.
Big boys and pretty evenly matched up. I would say the advantage, though, is probably going to go to Clint Willis, just having more experience than Steve. But Steve is a tough opponent, so I expect to see some fireworks in this match.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Looking at the forearm circumference, elbow with a length as well, where we're taking a look at a little bit, and I mean a little bit, of an advantage there. Now, let's get it started for the first of our two. These guys are so big, they're so much closer to the cameras. I love this.
Both guys a little shaky, but hey, it doesn't mean it's nerves. They're just ready to friggin' fire off here.
Oh, absolutely.
Little
Absolutely.
A little more.
As is our standard, one wrestler with a hat on, one without, both with some fantastic facial hair. Luke Cody looking for a neutral situation, and no man's land right there.
Shoulder
Ready to get
in
this
quite
one.
a bit.
And there we go, a quick one, and that's a nice first start here.
You know, Clint Willis had his shoulder committed and took it straight to the pad. We're going to have to see Steve maybe commit a little bit more on the table there to start off the match, and maybe see if he can get a little bit more real estate there and maybe block or stop that hit.
Maybe even apply some back pressure here. Steve's a strong guy. I think in a strap maybe could catch Clint. Yeah, you could see right there he was trying to pronate, get some back pressure applied, but Clint just took it right away from him. Right there, shot right in at the thumb. Looks at the ref. Hey, that's a match, ain't it?
It's like, hey, that's a point, right? That's a point, right? I love this. Just chew it on the gum like it's another day at the office. I love it. I love it. Also, it's kind of funny. Our over angle is like a little bit negated. We can't see quite as much because these guys are just so freaking big, man. We're talking closer to 7 feet than 6 feet. We're talking, little checks notes, 300 pounds. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Clint Willis, the game, or Tiny, as he is sarcastically known as, on the right side, and that's going to be an easy first one. Yeah, Luke Cody, you can see there, calling for the strap.
Open your hands. There you go.
You know, one thing I noticed there that I like to see from Steve is he had a little bit more shoulder commitment. Looked like he made some adjustments.
High or low?
Got the slip, and so let's see. Like you said, Kevin, the strap usually favors the stronger man, so we're going to find out who the stronger of these two giants are.
There's one thing I'm certain of with Clint, and is this guy has endurance like no other. At practice, he does not leave the table. So if he gets caught here,
Right.
I mean, he's not in any trouble as far as that goes. Steve's going to have to put him down quick.
Mm-hmm.
My opinion, you got Big Show versus Kane here.
Yeah.
Where?
Different kind of wrestling right there, folks. Yes, gotta agree. Steve just gotta come out swinging on this. Give everything you got right here. Nobody wants to go down 2-0, and especially in a strap situation where your one real defensive token is kind of burned right there. Telling Clint Willis to turn the shoulder a little bit, make sure this one's even. Coming from underground, not gonna matter right here. Clint Willis, another point.
Not only are these guys big, but they are fast, and Clint Willis is bringing it this evening. He's just looking strong, dominant, getting that tricep in there and just taking it straight to the pad.
He's going old school, man. This is Clint's first real comfortable move I used to see him do. He's changed it up a little bit over the years. Hey, look at him. He looks confident. Yeah.
You know, Kevin, what would you say that they would need to do to maybe counteract that press to maybe try and pull him out of it? What would you think?
Dude, I don't know at this point. Get in the strap again and just apply as much back pressure as you can.
Sure.
Set up
And
real
with
high.
these guys just hold on for dear life. That's what it seems like, guys. 2-0 lead now here for Clint Willis. Played in many different competitions throughout his life. And now staring down the barrel of a 2-0 advantage, not too shabby. Forced to work around this behemoth of a man as Luke Cody right there is now finding for the true neutral. This is Clint like super leaned
Clint
into
is
this
way
one.
over the table.
If he's able to snatch this, sorry, go ahead, Kevin.
Oh, my bad. No, Clint is really over the table. He's ready to just press right in.
Yeah. And we might see another quick one off to the races in just a second.
Ready, go.
Horst is out, yeah, and we saw that one the way that one was going. Had Steve not let this one go. Strap number 2 for during the 2-0 lead for Clint Willis.
I want to see Steve slam inside, man. Go after his biceps, Steve. You got a strong arm. We all know you do. Let's see it.
You know, I'd kind of like to maybe see him throw in a press, too. Just press on press action, see who the stronger man is.
Hey, you know what, though? Being in the sport a year, even being seasoned, to slam inside like that, if you're not conditioned for it, bad things can happen. Pulling outside is a lot safer.
Very true, gentlemen. Very true. And the way it was let go, like Clint Willis looks like he could snatch down the moon from the skies with moves like that one, how quick that body moves. A sprint, a marathon, either one, Clint Willis has got his feet on the ground. Going to strap for another time here in this best of 5 matchup. Once again, folks, Clint Willis up 2-0 in this. This is another point for Clint Willis we will be looking at a 3-0 in super match number 1 and super match number 3.
Come in a
Super
lot.
match number 2,
There you go.
ladies a little bit more even-handed. Getting ready for it. You see
Nice,
Steve
go that
right
way.
there just staring down and waiting. He's waiting, and this is his last opportunity.
He needs to
knows that he
press
best
it.
apply this as best as he can.
Ready, go.
Even pulling off like
Oh.
initially not be enough. Clint Willis, an absolute force to be reckoned with. Crazy stuff
Winner.
here, Weston. Crazy stuff.
Yeah,
Raises the hand. Here's the cash. He kisses the dollar bill. Love it. Ben Franklin will be happy.
Yeah, what a dominant victory by Clint Willis. He looked phenomenal today, strong, fast, knew exactly what to do. And, I hope to see Steve come back, make some adjustments. And I don't think he's too far off from that elite level.
I got to agree with you, Steve. I mean, another force to be reckoned with as well, but Clint coming ahead on the day. Kicking it over here. Kevin, that's Playboy Roy. Little interview action.
Clint, man, how's it going, brother? What's going through your mind, man?
Oh, I'm just loving life right now. Come in with an easy win. Love it. Couldn't ask for anything more. Got the family and kids at home watching, cheering on Dad. Had to perform for them. Let them know who the biggest boy in Montana is.
Oh, the game, man. Why I didn't see Tiny in there this time. Where's that?
I had to axe Tiny because too many people are giving me crap about that. It's not a tough enough name. So I figured I'd bring the game to the table.
I see that. I really like the entrance music too. The game. Yeah. You took it from me. I wanted it at the last armbender, but hey, you had it instead.
Yeah, you gotta be
Rightfully
super
so.
tall.
Hey, same height laying down. Clint, what's going on, man? You got anybody else you want to face? Yeah, I know. Hey.
I mean, it's kind of a pipe dream. It's a long shot, but I'm always chasing Leif Sorensen. He's kind of the next guy on the bucket list, but he's a little bit further ahead. I got a theory that maybe I got something for him, but it's hard saying, not knowing. Got the state games next weekend. Hopefully we can make something happen there, and then Montana State Championships in September.
All right, brother. You looked great. Congratulations, man. We'll be back after this break, folks.
Get it.
And a very special thanks and shout out to our host where all the action happens, the Gear Grabbers Garage. They're the right choice for all your vehicle's routine maintenance and repairs. Red Leg Studios, producers of the M-Spot, providing broadcast quality live streams and mobile productions. See how we can make your event stream to the world. RedLegStudios.com. And Mighty Mo Brewing Company for catering and providing us with cold beer. Go enjoy the best award-winning beer and pizza in Great Falls at the Mighty Mo Brewery.
Welcome back, folks. A little money action here from Super Match number 3, and the same thing for Super Match number 4. FBS and we got Willis coming on out of here. Folks, that's Kung Fu Louie, and the man is ready. The man is absolutely ready. 8 years within arm wrestling.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not sure if he's ready to go to war or ready to arm wrestle.
Lat drag, and the biggest thing that stands out to me here is he used to train with John Brzenk. We're talking about intensity, guys. This is the match that to be had with that.
Yeah, he is fired up, and there's going to be some intensity because the Destroyer is coming up next, and I believe he is going to match that intensity. It's going to be a great, great match this evening.
Let's check his walkout. The man is ready. Young, everybody. Need Destroyer. Oh, he got back. It's just a camera. It's just a camera. We've been arm wrestling, and he is ready as well.
Chuck is no joke, man. Anytime you see this guy compete, he means all business. He's not joking around. It's hard to even talk to him during the tournament because he's so focused.
That just makes sense. Once again, faces of intensity here, and not a whole lot of numerical difference, Weston.
Yeah, pretty equally matched here. It could go either way. I don't know. I don't know much about Lewis. He looks like a strong, intense guy. I've seen Chuck Young in action, and he is always formidable. So let's see what happens.
It's the guy that's willing to die that's going to win in this match.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and again, ready to go forward and do just the stare down. The stare down here from Kung Fu Louie. Ready to get it going.
We're going to throw an elbow? No, it's a setup.
I like that intensity.
Let the pad know where that elbow is going to be living for a little while here.
All jokes aside, that is a good setup move. You want to have your elbow right in the middle of your sternum there. Stay safe. That's just his way of doing it.
Positioning with the elbow on the pad is just as important as your own bodily positioning, Kevin, correct?
Absolutely.
A little chirping on the table here early. I love this from both of these guys. Luke Cody, find him in neutral. Now curving hands and need to let this one fly in just a second. See the intensity just with which these guys are gripping these pegs. Off to the races. And here. I am not 100% sure what just happened.
Hey, man. Go ahead,
Looks like maybe Chuck wasn't liking what he was feeling, and so, hey, better to get a restart there and get a better grip, better go.
He's got to be careful, though. Might cause himself a foul next time.
The show is going on for both of these guys, and they are entertaining all the way through.
No, doesn't like that one either.
Not sure what he didn't like there. Looked like he had great positioning.
From what I could tell, the match needs to maybe be a little more centered. Maybe that's what Chuck's not liking. I'm not sure.
It's his ability to go back and do this. Maybe kind of like, stalling out, freezing out Lewis.
Ready, go.
Horvath a little bit here. And now getting it going. Almost did. And Louie, Louie
Louie.
just torques this all the way down.
I don't know what happened there. It looked like to be a good setup for Chuck. Let's take a look at the replay, perhaps, that we can tell. And he looked to have a good hit. Hand comes off the peg just a slight bit. Kung Fu. Man.
Some serious power there to stop that hit and then bring it back to his side. What a first round we have.
Chuck maybe just need post a little higher. Get as high as up on those knuckles as he can. But I'm not so sure this guy's containment is going to be broken.
The actions like Kung Fu Louie right here. Another stare down as he is looking to secure his second point. All the way up again. I mean, initially I think we thought this was a little bit of showmanship, right? But as Kevin pointed out earlier, positioning within the body, just as important of where that elbow.
Absolutely. It might look like a weird move. It might look like some showboating, but I assure you it is not. I mean, maybe he's enhancing it a little bit, but hey, it is certainly for safety.
Powder and dollar bills fly on the table as that gets pounded from both of these wrestlers. Fighting positioning on the outside there was Chuck Long. Looking forward again, folks. He set back twice right there to try and find a more advantageous position on him before Luke Cody even got involved earlier, and now does it again.
Ref script.
You know, it almost seems that maybe Chuck isn't liking the height difference there. It looks like there's a little bit, and looks like Louie maybe has the higher knuckle there, and maybe it's just feeling uncomfortable.
Let's see the Destroyer come out. That's what I want to see. No more Chuck Young. Where's the Destroyer?
Cap.
Good setup.
Ready, go.
There it is. There it is. There it is. I told you we'd get some intensity today, folks.
Oh, taking out a corner right there. We're going to have to get this one set back up.
We got
A little
flying
chipping
elbows.
back
We're
and forth
knocking
right
down
here. This
equipment,
just goes to
man. We're
show
up
just
in
how
the
competitive
intensity.
these two are. Keep playing the replay, gentlemen.
There we go. That's what we want to see. There's the destroyer.
What a hit. Took it straight to the pad. What a great second round.
Hold it down as well, gentlemen. That's that right here. Bam. That's the YouTube thumbnail right there before our camera can take it out.
Let's go, destroyer.
Oh.
20 seconds.
He's staring down the opponent. He's not paying attention to his surroundings. Makes sense. Makes sense how intense this is. Intense this is. I love it.
We got our boy Gelder out there.
Red Leg Studios, boots on the ground, making productions like this one possible.
Man, we got to put back our set, get our equipment back in order, and listen. If you have kids, maybe put some earmuffs on them, but don't guard their eyes. There is some intensity coming. Let's see if Chuck can repeat that second round and. He looks a lot more confident in this third round here. Let's see what he can do.
This is, to be fair, I feel like this is 100% necessary for the destroyer, right? No straps so far. You had to come back
He's
and
got-
put that
He's gotta
second
come to
point
the
up,
center of the
especially
table.
after you said so much here, right?
Absolutely. Chuck's got a strong hand. And listen, folks, whether anybody likes it or doesn't like it, this is what we're all about. This is Montana Armbender League's time to shine. This is what we're all about.
Let's go, buddy, on the line, baby.
Another kind of
Come on.
freezing him out here from Chuck Long.
Yeah.
That's a shot.
We witnessed it. We witnessed the camp for destruction. Oh no! Oh no!
Come on, Chuck. Let's get it, boys. Smash him, Dan. Smash him.
Fantastic stuff. Fantastic stuff. Every ace your heart could desire as well here, folks.
Destroy.
Got the clasp. Hands coming in and doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Looking for another starting position here with Chuck Long. I mean, we've seen just how much the starting position determines points. Points equal matches, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. Chuck Young, the destroyer. I was waiting to see that come out, and there we got it this last round. See if we can see it again.
Absolutely. Let's see some intensity here. Looks like Chuck's maybe getting a little bit more of what he was looking for. See if they can commit and get a go.
Okay, get a grip.
No straps in our fourth super match of the day. Both the first 2 weeks of the Montana Armbender League featured at least 2 straps. Of course, the Ben Brooks, that was Joe Fair match. We're talking about every single point came off the back of a strap. Kevin, Weston, not a situation we see here in our fourth super match of the day here of week 3 of the Montana Armbender League.
You know, Tugboat, I think you're on to some. I'd like to see this go to the strap. Let's see if we'll get a slip here.
Got it, Chuck. Do it all over again. Let's go.
See, this is frequently during a time when a wrestler will let go and try and go
Center.
to the straps,
Strap.
as opposed to giving up a second point, putting themselves on match point, of
Don't
course.
move.
Wrap and round the destroyer. I am not jealous of that peg under the destroyer's left arm right now. Does it? Yep. And Luke Cody says, hey, this is not neutral. Go back, figure it out for yourselves.
You gotta let him do it. Get his grip. Let's go.
Kevin, how much energy do you think they're wasting here trying to establish a
A
grip?
lot can be wasted, absolutely, but the biggest thing, in my opinion, has always been mindset.
Okay,
You
do
can
not
be
move.
as confident as you want. You lose one round, you see a guy kind of deflate, and that cannot happen. Keep the intensity.
Ready, go.
Stay confident. Here we go.
Where are you? Where are you? Where is it? I thought you were so moving.
2-1.
This is going down to the ground.
I don't think Chuck.
That was all over.
I don't think Chuck liked that setup at all. You can see here. He had a good setup.
Yes, he did.
Kung Fu, baby. Oh,
That
man.
initial look right there, Kevin. That was enough that he could have been able to go forth and take it down, right?
Chuck's just trying to go inside a little too much. I think he needs to post back a little more and employ some of the side pressure as well, like he was doing there. But just post back even more. That's what won him that first time. Let's see it again. Let's see the destroyer.
Face of intensity's eyes on the prize. They have not left Chuck Young, the destroyer. Louis Horvath's eyes have in quite a while. Probably since he stepped into the Gear Grabber's garage here on the day. Sweat pouring down the face and ready as we stare for the first time in this Super Match number 4.
All right, guys, let's
Match
go.
point, folks.
That's what main events are all about, folks. Let's see a good round here.
let's hope the walls stay on after these two finish up this match, guys. Back up to it. Something tells me there's going to be a quicker setup than the previous couple.
No, Chuck not looking comfortable. I wouldn't either, man. Lewis has
really
a
not.
really good strong hand, good setup. Yeah.
Got the hand over. Yep, Chuck Long opts for the middle position right here. Now the conversation about how much energy they're wasting doing this up and down, I mean, we're talking about an average of 2.5 setups every single time they go up with no straps so far. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second, especially if we see another step back from either of these two wrestlers trying to find a more neutral positioning. Thumbs locked in. Last couple sequences of this neutral positioning being attained right now, and off we go.
Wow, there it goes.
Down looks. Gives them a little bit just and
You know, Tugboat, what a match. I would say one thing that maybe played in the factor here at the last couple rounds, looks like maybe Chuck Young's arm blew up, and then at that point, it's just hard to come back, especially with somebody as intense as his opponent.
Yeah, it really is. Really is. Kick it on down. Playboy Roy, take it away, sir.
Lewis, great victory. You want to talk about intensity, man? You guys brought it today. Have you faced Chuck before?
Never seen him before. I've heard good things about him, to be honest with you. Once I heard it was Chuck, I'm not going to lie, I definitely had a little bit of a nervous streak coming in. You know, I looked deeply into that Aries ranking system. He's ranked very high. You know, he's up there, I think, like 40-something. You know, on the Aries, the guy's got an amazing track record. So to come in here, have this opportunity today to pull with somebody that's had pulled with many legends, I'm just deeply honored to be here today.
Yeah, we're really glad to have you. The biggest thing that stood out to me, you look really comfortable up there, brother. You didn't give him anything. You've trained with John Brzezinski. When was this?
So I spent the majority of my time arm wrestling for the last, I'd say 6.5 years was in Arizona. So John Brzezinski, we'd go to his house a couple times a month, get to train with him, and he'd have, you know, everybody from Giannis, MLS to Coach Ray, Travis Bajent, Michael Toddzilla. So, you know, I've had a lot of opportunity to really train and learn from a lot of really great people. And my current training partner is Robbie Topi. He's number 10 in the world left-handed, so I got some powerhouses around me.
Awesome, brother. Well, congratulations. We hope to see you again, man. And folks, is there anybody?
Throw them in front of me. I don't want to know who it is, where they're from, or anything like that. I'm just here to fuck shit up.
All right, brother. Tugboat, back to you guys.
Yeah, just here to mess stuff up. That's what he meant to say here, folks. An electrifying fourth super match here on the day between Lewis Horvath, that's Kung Fu Louie, and the Destroyer, Chuck Young. I think it's just so perfect that this one went down to a 3-1 series right here. A couple of 3-0s and ladies as well. That is going to be, of course, that was Peyton Pickering taking it down 3-1 against Sierra Covert. Big shout out to all of our wrestlers here on the day. Jacob Covert, Luke Cummings taking on the 3-0 in the first super match. Clint Willis defeating Steve Legreid there. That was 3-0. The big dogs there for the third super match. Weston.
Oh, God. What's
Fantastic
going
stuff.
on there?
Fantastic stuff. Now let's take a look at next week's matchup and exactly what will be on the docket here, folks. What will be on the docket? You know, we've seen today. That's now in the past. Oh, some familiar names. Weston Teppo, of course.
Yeah,
Blaine and Clark and Andrew Quintana. Love it, dude. Niles Anderson. That's going to be Joe Fair and Dustin Finley. You with me, Weston?
I'm with you.
That's some serious stickum there.
Talk to me a little bit about these wrestlers, friend.
Yeah, it looks like we got a couple couple familiar faces returning. We got Andrew Quintana. We have Joe Fear. They've already been the kickoff week. Great matches. And then we have Niles Anderson coming in. He's flying in for this. So excited to see these guys compete. There's a few names that I'm not familiar with. But, you know, as we seen last week, some of these guys that are coming in that we've never seen arm wrestle before, they are bringing it.
And just be clear right here, of course, these are the 6 wrestlers that are wrestling next week. We are not necessarily seeing, Brandon Clark taking on Joe Fair, Andrew Quintana, Justin Finley, nothing like that. They're just on the docket for next week. Of course, we have 4 super matches as well. So there's 2 wrestlers that are unannounced. I wonder who they could be. Evan, and
yes.
now boots on the ground. Talk to me about the electricity in the air there at the Gear Grabbers Garage.
Oh, it just increases every single week, brother. I'm sure you know that. It's been extremely fun. You may or may not see Playboy Roy next week.
Uh-oh. A little bit of, again, guys, who could those 2 wrestlers be? I can only wonder. Kevin, big shout out. I really appreciate the interview action there on the ground there, just getting better and better, and especially that last super match of the day. Lewis Horvath came in looking like he is searching for blood, and that's it. Comes forth with some fantastic sportsmanship in the interview.
Absolutely, man. It's what it's all about. Arm wrestling's a family. We love the intensity here. Especially in Maple League, you know how it goes, tugboat. Without the intensity, it's not what it could be.
Yeah, and this, of course, is our first super match. Jacob Covert taking on Cool Hand Luke. Now, a little bit of back and forth here, Kevin, of course. We got to watch this one together, but this was eventually a 3-0 sweep of Jacob Covert.
Yeah, and it was. Jake honestly kind of surprised me. Luke looked really strong, good in the setup. But Jake looked focused today, and the heart in him that I knew was there came out absolutely.
Absolutely. So 3-0 right here. Let's take it on in and take a look after the money gets awarded here. You know what? I only shouted out half of our refereeing crew, didn't I? I only shouted out half of our refereeing crew. If you're a referee, if you work on the Montana Armbender League, we very much appreciate
It's Josh
you.
Wilson and Luke Cody.
Peyton Pickering taking on for the second match here, Kevin.
Yeah, this one was one of my favorites today. I knew this one was going to be a good match between these 2. Sierra surprised me a bit too, but Peyton's experience definitely coming through here, I think.
We always love to highlight the international matches.
Yeah.
It was our American Sierra Covert taking down Peyton Pickering in the very first round right there, but Peyton Pickering coming through with a 3-0 run, straps, fouls, or otherwise.
And she's a professional, man. She knew how to readjust, and she took the match. I think Sierra maybe got in her head just a tad much, but hey, who wouldn't with a great arm wrestler like Peyton?
Oh, true. The mental factor. Speaking of the mental, how about these 2? Clint Willis, our former star football player, Steve Legreid, coming on in. Both of these Montanans as well, the Montanan matchup here as well. 4th super match coming up in just a little bit, as this one was a 3-0 sweep for the side of Clint Willis. Big Tiny, or the game, coming through here again, straps or otherwise, and the man's got the mustache to pay the bills. Some fantastic stuff right here. Looking at the third one of those, and big shout out to Steve as well. Again, not envious of his position having to wrestle against Clint Willis.
No, and I think maybe Steve heard some footsteps here today, but he's a strong guy. On to the 4th match here,
Lewis.
the main event.
Horvath right there, Chuck Young, fantastic stuff. This is our 4th super match of the day. Absolutely love it. Now, I'd like to thank everyone who has worked hard to bring us the Montana Armbender League Garage Wars. Of course, David Gelder, our owner and executive producer, as well as Jill Gelder, rocking the graphics and art design. Matt Cortone as our director and senior producer. Andy of Southon Video Production and Camera. Cody Schneider rocking the instant replays. Alex Sonamaker, our audio engineer. Jay-Z Nelson. Another Jordan, of course, our community engagement manager. Josh Wilson and Luke Cody, our officials. Ryan McWilliams, Lightning. Dion the Wilsonator, of course, our brand ambassador, and obviously the biggest and baddest puller out there, our own Playboy Roy. I'm FBI_Tugboat. That's where you can find me on every sort of site and social media application. Appreciate you watching. Be sure to bring this one back for next week. Red Leg Studios brings you it all from the M Spot. Thank you, everyone, and good night from Great Falls, Montana.
You're in danger, bud. You're in danger, bud. You're in danger, bud. You're in danger, bud.
I'll be the last. last man standing when the drama done popped off. It's too many chiefs, everybody's a rock star. I was born to break the moms off. I am the Samson of the town, but ain't no cutting my locks off. You hustle hard, but can you really say you paid dues? I shift the mountain range every time I make moves. I've been through episodes that break dudes and turn youngins into grown men. That's what the pain do. In this arena, you got two choices: death by the right or left arm. Pick your poison. If we lock, you gon' witness what it means to have a grip hard enough to choke the devil out and bring him to his knees. Risk control allowing me to do what I please. Like broken GPS is changing your direction with ease. I might slip the upper hand to study your moves. I'm like a bobcat in the wilderness, playing with my food. When it comes to breaking fools down, I'm a fiend, boy. Montana made, the grizzly in my jeans, boy. I'm in the gym working hard with my team, boy. You online in them comments posting memes, boy. When it's time to fall, don't try to stop it unless you want your twig branch to dangle out your socket. When I'm done with you, you gon' remember the name as the one who brought Hercules to shame. Cause I'ma be the last man standing when the drama done popped off. It's too many chiefs, everybody's a rock star. I was born to break the moms off. I am the Samson of the town, but ain't no cutting my locks off. I hear them talking, but the hating just my motivation. I put in so much work, my elbows are aching. I conquered enough opponents to fill an acre. The way I fold them got me feeling like a Wilson Nature. How can you not see the danger? Ego's a hell of a drug that make you think you're major. I know I got you in my pocket when I feel your anger. See, I ain't gotta do the most to help you meet your maker. You better bring your A game to the table, cause I'll knock you out the frame. I'm the Cain to your Abel. These arms ain't a fable. What I'm packing is fatal. I'll father your style and put you back in the cradle. If you didn't know, Cascade's the home. If you don't like it here, then get about the state, get gone. We self-made here, so I ain't taking no oath. Don't compare me to the average, cause I'm breaking the mold. I'm breaking the hold of every adversarial force. They left me for dead and tried to bury the corpse. I was overlooked, undermined, very ignored. Now you can bet that I'ma carry the torch, cause I'ma be the last man standing when the drama done popped off. It's too many chiefs, everybody's a rock star. I was born to break the moms off. I am the Samson of the town, but ain't no cutting my locks off. I am the Samson of the town, but ain't no cutting my locks off. I am the Samson of the town, but ain't no cutting my locks off.